I want to take you through the process of coming up with one of the ideas for a fun Friday for a Magic School student path, because I really see this little idea as a two-step product. What I want the kids to do, and I'm going to put this in Raina and see what she says, is I want the students to write a one-page character bio that can be used to set up a custom chatbot where they can interact with their creation. What types of things should it include? So basically, what I'm hoping to do is have the students write a Google Doc that we can upload into Magic School in the character chatbot, which gives it the character that the students will interact with. So they're creating their own chatbot to talk to. It could be a child, it could be an adult, it could be not a historical figure. We don't want them to go with somebody famous, but you could do it as a history project with them writing a bio of a specific person and then turning it in and telling the AI to use that bio rather than the other information on the internet to form their character chatbot. But I was thinking of a fictional creation. So, maybe I should put that in here, a fictional character bio. And so often revising your prompt so that you can get a better handle on it is a good thing to do. Now, if I was being more specific for a particular teacher, I might put 7th grade students. I might even put a subject area. Remember that Google Parts prompt writing assistant, persona, aim, recipients, theme, and now I'm forgetting the S. A structure. It has to do with, like, do I want a table? Do I want a bulleted list? Is a good way to write a prompt. I'm doing it a little simpler because I just want to get a quick start to this so that I can share it with you. I don't know, they've made some enhancements. So now we've got a good outline structure of what we should include in the bio. Basic information, background, personality traits. This is actually really, really good for what I was thinking of, right? Who are their associates and friends? Do they have a particular speech pattern or favorite expression that they want to use? And the tone that you want the AI to use when answering it. So I really like this outline. So I'm going to use this to write my bio, and then I'm going to come back in here and show you that step of adding it into a chatbot and how it works. So what I thought was really interesting is that it now gives you an image you can save of a mind map of what you should do for this particular thing with the different tiers or levels. All right, so that's where we're going to go with it. All right, so next, now that I've got this output, if you didn't know you could do this, you come down here to export, you click export to Google Docs, and what it will do is it'll do the resource that we just created, or you could do the whole thread if you asked multiple questions. We're going to do just the selected resource. We're going to say export. It also includes a really great example to remind students not to put any personally identifiable information in it. So now it's exported docs. I click open. What I'm going to get is in my Google Drive, there will be a Google Doc called Fictional Character Bio for Chatbot, and it gives me that whole outline here. So the next step of me creating this process was to write up the idea for the students. Now I can either copy and paste this in the Google Classroom, or I can have it create a copy for. I'm not sure that I want the second part, which is my sample character that I created so that we can see how it works, to be something that the students have in a written format so that they would copy it and just make little changes to it. I think it might be something I would show them in class and then copy and paste this. So I created my sample character. He's Jack. His dad is a painter. Is Bob Ross. His mom is a fashion designer, Betsy Ross. I thought it was clever, but it's more of a dad joke, I guess. And so then I wrote a whole description of who he is and what's happening in his life and his central problem. And I used this to then create a chatbot. And so basically I created the student room with the custom chatbot, and I said, bring it to life, build a chatbot from scratch by attaching your character bio. And then down here in the instructions for the students, I said, ask me to attach or copy and paste a character bio to help me flesh out a character in their story. So when the students actually go to use the room, they're going to click generate. What they're going to get is a short message saying, hey, you have to tell me who your character is and what's about them. So you have to attach it. So I'm going to just click here, and then I'm going to go to my Google Drive if I'm the student and find that character bio. Now, if you do it in Classroom and you assign it to them that way, they'll have to go into the Classroom folder, then your classes folder, then that assignment folder before they'll see their Google Doc that they turn in Classroom. So it is a little bit more convoluted for them to find it. Mine is just called Character Bio. It's sitting there in my main folder. So I select it. It tells you the word count. I didn't design this to be a long process, just a one-pager, because in talking to your character, that's where you're going to learn more about it to use it in the story. All right, and I just said hi rather than typing a question to start out with. So it loads that character bio and it says, hi, I'll take on the persona of Jack, the artistic teenager with mysterious abilities. I'll maintain school-appropriate interactions while staying true to this character's unique perspective and experiences. So you can see there, it says, hi there, I'm Jack Ross. It tells me something. So I'm going to start asking it questions. What is your favorite graphic novel? So interesting. I asked it this last time, and it only talked about The Watchmen. This time, it included Full Metal Alchemist. So both graphic novels, because I put that in the character's bio. So interesting how it talks about it and picks them and explains why it likes them. So I can also say, what scares you? Because of his newfound abilities, this character is probably going to talk about that. So kind of a neat thing, if I'm being honest, what scares me right now is myself because of his new ability. So then he talks about that. So this was designed to be an activity where the characters write a short description, where the students write a short description of their character, and then they use the ability to talk to that character to more fully flesh out the character for a story. So hopefully you like this Fun Friday fact. I'll include the video in the email post, but I just thought I'd take you through the process of how I created the room and stuff. Okay, so I'll post a link to a copy of the character bio template if you want. I'll paste a link to the outline that Magic School created for me, and I will paste a link to the student room.